Lady Yatamoto's jaw drops as soon as the name left his mouth. She couldn't just believe what she was hearing. It seemed utterly preposterous to her that out of all the beautiful and earnest ladies present at the Gurwan, he has chosen Yin? Why is he serious? You're kidding. You want her? The large woman scoffs. Tengen only nods. Yes. Lady Yatamoto felt her heart pounding in her chest as she was nervous. Well, all due respect, Sir Uzui, she began, her voice shaking slightly. But please consider your answer carefully before making a decision. Tengen raised an eyebrow at her, his expression questioning. Why is that? He asked, his tone curious. I thought you said I could pick any woman I desire. Lady Yatamoto's anxiety grew as she stammered, trying to find the right words to come up with some sort of excuse. Well, I'm afraid that Yin isn't eligible. Well, she's just a simple maid, she tells him. Yin is incapable of entertaining anyone, let alone a mere fly. She's not suitable for someone as your stature. Please, reconsider your decision. The way she spoke about Yin had anger coursing through Tengen's blood as he bit the inside of his cheek. As he clenched his fists, he felt the urge to protest towards Yin and a strong urge to defend her honor. His eyes bored into hers. Lady Yatamoto, I understand your concern. However, my decision is final. I want Yin to be my courtesan, he said, his voice calm yet firm. I'm aware she's not as same social status as the others, but that does not demurs her worth in my eyes. Tengen's expression remains unchanged. Lady Yatamoto's heart sank as she realized that her words had fallen on deaf ear. However, she wasn't about to give in to his request that easily. She couldn't risk any more mishaps. Tengen would surely be disappointed and would probably demand a refund. She refused to let that little low-life maid mess up things again, and she was going to pursue Tengen one way or another. May I suggest you purchase a geisha or oiran? She asks. Tengen only shakes his head. No thanks. I only want Yin. He clarifies. The large woman irritatedly bit her lower lip. Just why was he so keen on purchasing Yin? It was strange. He didn't seem at all creeped out by the girl's freakishly long hair. Mr. Uzui, please. You could be able to receive services from Yin if you purchase a geisha. At this point, Tengen's patience was starting to wear thin, as he was starting to grow increasingly irritated by Lady Yatamoto's insistence on him buying a geisha. He had made it clear numerous times that he was not interested in requiring the service of a geisha nor oiran, yet she continued to push the idea. And he was annoyed that his preferences were not being respected. He took a deep breath, trying to remain composed in the face of Lady Yatamoto's presence. Eventually, Tengen released a sigh. It was clear to him that she wasn't going to comply with him what he truly desired. It was obvious she didn't want him choosing Yin. So remembering what Inuo and Ichika had told him, he decided to make a deal. Alright, show me your finest geisha, he huffs. If I like what I see, I may take your offer, he said, running a hand through his hair. Lady Yatamoto couldn't help but grin. Excellent, she says in delight, before calling for her assistants to bring in the girls. A moment later, several girls were brought in, all wearing luxurious, vibrant kimonos and donning makeup. Tengen observed their graceful movement and incantant hairstyles, impressed by their elegance and poise. However, beneath the facade of beauty, he sensed a lack of depth. and authenticity in their character. So doll-like. These girls are our most popular geishas. All are very well educated in both music, dance, and arts. Lady Yatamoto boasted. Tengen continued to look over them. Although they seemed lovely, the sound pillar just wasn't feeling it. And on top of that, it felt like he was some sort of game show, being a judge for a beauty pageant. He couldn't shake off the feeling that something was missing, as if he was searching for a hidden treasure that remained unscuthed. So, what do you think? Lady Yatamoto asked. Tengen ponders for a moment before shaking his head and politely declines her offer. All of them seem lovely as well as beautiful. However, I'm afraid I have to say no. He waves his hand in a dismissing gesture. I don't want a geisha or oiran. I want a maid, and I choose Yin. He restated. Again, Lady Yatamoto was about to protest, when he immediately stopped her. If it pleases you, I'm willing to pay you fully for her. Let's say 80,000 yen?
I can't do the math right now, but it would be like a couple $100.
And if I'm not pleased with the enchant service, I won't ask for a refund. The atmosphere in the room seems to shift as Lady Yatamoto mulled over Tengen's proposition. Her mind was racing, weighing the pros and cons of the deal, and being president. So, do we have a deal?
80,000 yen? Are you sure you're willing to pay that much for a measly maid like Yin?
She inquired. Of course, 80,000 yen is nothing but penny compared to the amount of wealth I have. He gives her a genuine glare. Lady Yatamoto was too stunned to speak.
Just what type of milkman is he? She wonders.
Oh. You have a thing for maids? She asked, raising a cautious brow. She couldn't help but feel a bit irritated by his particular taste. Close, but no cigar. Tengen's fuchsia eyes locked with hers. His thin lips pressed together in prime yet declaratory mischief smile. His gaze felt a hint of mischief, giving her wonder what he was up to. Ever heard of roleplay? Lady Yatamoto blinks at his bizarre question. She was taken aback by his sudden shift in comprehension. In sexual roleplay? The very same. Unfortunately, it really has nothing to do with, I originally just find girls who are maids with long-haired colored hair and skin-colored skin attractive, he says, his words leaving her both puzzled and irritated. What exactly was he trying to tell her? The boy was certainly an odd one. He really is trying to prove that he's a customer worthy of her business, and he's shown his wealth. It would seem Tengen was a man of convenience, and once he's made up his mind, there's no changing it, as Lady Yatamoto couldn't do anything but release a sigh. She bowed her head in defeat, knowing that she had done all she could to amuse him. Oh well, as long as he's willing to pay her sums of money, then who knows she'll turn down such a generous offer. What's even better? No refunds. Well, Sir Uzui, you drive a pretty hard bargain. However, I must warn you, Yin is not a girl of elegance, nor is she generous. I'm afraid that you'll have a hard time trying to refrain from her, but I can assure you that you will somewhat obedient. So, good luck to you. She chuckles a bit. Tengen only nods before standing and bowing. Thank you, Madame Yatamoto. It was a pleasure discussing and doing business with you. He couldn't help but smile at her accomplice, a sense of relief washing over him. Please, the pleasure is all mine. Lady Yato smirked before snapping her fingers, and one of the attendants came in. Show Mr. Uzui to his room. She ordered them, and they nodded, and soon gestured for Tengen to follow them. Once out of sight, the large woman leaned back against her chair, allowing her mind to process everything that had just occurred. Never in her life she had encountered such an odd man as Tengen. Tengen, though, absolute gorgeous dead drop, holy moly, sure had a way with his words. And all for the sake of wanting to purchase a low-class maiden like Yin-chan. Perhaps he wanted to act out his little fantasies with the brat by coaxing her to play his little servant girl. Oh well, as long as the money was paid up front, she could care less about what Tengen wanted to do with Yin. After taking another drag from her Kazarlin, Lady Yatomoto sighed and then called forth another attendant. "Bring me Yin." You felt a wave of nervousness, but made your way towards the room where Lady Yatomoto was. Once you'd entered, your heart was still racing, and you tried to push down away your anxiety. "There you are," she says. Her voice made you flinch. You slightly hoped she didn't notice that you glanced up to look at her. You wanted to see me?" you asked nervously as you fidgeted with your hands to distract yourself. "Yes," she begins. "As you may know, we have a new client here at the Gurwan." You already knew who it was, and the thought of him had your cheeks and ears burning up. You already knew the real reason why Tengen chose you tonight. The butterflies in your stomach were fluttering about, causing a mixture of overwhelming anxiety and a bit of excitement. Such a word, yet wonderful feeling. "And he has chosen you to be his entertainment for tonight. So you won't be having anyone to accompany you," Lady Yatomoto adds. You can live with that. You had a feeling that soon you'll be nearly, naked in 10 minutes from now, and he'll be watching you with those same glittering pretty eyes. "Now don't screw this up, Yin. As his maid, you will do anything and everything he tells you. He's willing to pay a lot of money to serve him well. Understood?"
Yes, ma'am.
You bowed. "Good. Now go prepare yourself. He's waiting for you," she orders, and you were dismissed.